Hi everyone, thanks for joining me, the Digital Golf Doc. You just give me 5 minutes of your time and I will give you a pre-round warm-up for any of you who struggle with that pain on your elbow or outside of your forearm or inside of your elbow when you're playing golf. Let's get going. So we're going to start the warm-up with this finger extension band. If you don't have one of these, I put a link in the description. You can track one down, they're real cheap. But first you're just going to open that hand, close it, and we're going to do that for 30 seconds straight. This is going to be one of the lower resistance levels, so it should be fairly easy to move. You shouldn't really be getting any of that burn until maybe 15, 20 seconds in. But what we want to do is just add some heat to that muscle, so when we come back and stretch it, it elongates and tensions well. So we're probably getting in around 30 seconds, so we'll slide that off our thumb. We can bring our thumb down, wrap our fingers around, drop the wrist down. Other hand puts a little bit of pressure over top, and then we're going to hold this stretch for about 45 seconds. Now, what's important here is that the elbow is straight, the fingers are clenched, and the wrist is flexed. So if we get all of these together, we're going to take the muscle that runs down this way, elongate it over that whole surface, and we're going to maximally stretch it, and that's going to give it its best chance to loosen up. And then we're going to relax. We're going to actually go right back to the band, and we're going to stretch, or we're going to tension this for another 30 seconds before we go into our next stretch. And keep going. You should be getting a pretty good burn by now. You really want these muscles to be working. You might feel it down here, you might feel it up here. Either one's fine, as long as you're getting it somewhere on the back side of that forearm. You'll finish that one. You can go ahead and pull that all the way off. This time we're going to go elbow straight again, fingers extended. We're going to pull the wrist back, and we're going to hold that stretch there for 45 seconds. So now we're going to feel it on the palm side of the forearm, and we're going to start elongating all the musculature there. Again, we need the elbow straight, the wrist extended back, the fingers straight. That's going to stretch the muscle over across this whole front surface here. And then after we get to about 45 seconds, we're going to relax. You kind of shake it out if you're starting to feel it a little bit. Now we want to get into some other motions, so we're going to go into radial deviation. So we're going to grab a club here, we're going to let it drop down, and we're going to come up. We're going to make this motion at our wrist about 15 times. Good, just nice and smooth. You can even get a little bit of speed to it. Again, we're about to play a dynamic sport, so we want those muscles getting at least a little exposed to speed and fast contraction before you take the first swing. And we're going to switch it around to the other side. We're going to go ulnar deviation. About another 15 reps, maybe 20. You can really go a little bit by feel. What we really just want to do is generate a lot of muscle tension, a lot of warmth in the forearm to get it as loose as we can before we golf. Another few of those. Good, and then we're going to take the club, we're going to grab it about halfway down, and we're going to take it back and forth here. So we're going to make this turn, so now we're pronating and supinating. And again, we're just getting every piece of forearm muscle that we can to be loosened up before we start swinging. We'll do this, that 20-30 second range. Again, hopefully you're feeling a pretty good burn by now. Another few more times. And then break. You can shake your wrist out again if you need to. Now me, what I like to do is I'm going to slide this finger band back on, and I'm going to finish off with another 30 seconds of finger extension. So this whole sequence of exercises, it's going to work great as a warm-up before playing a round of golf. If you have tennis elbow and you're having some pain there, this could be a daily exercise program. You can knock it out 5-10 minutes. And you're going to start seeing strength improvements there in as short as a few weeks. Okay. Then you're all relaxed. Now you want to make sure you incorporate this part with a full body warm-up before you play a round of golf. Go to the range, take some swings, go through the clubs in your bag. You'll be ready to hit the first tee, primed, ready to go, pain-free, swinging easy, hitting the ball far. Thanks.